Panic attacks just don't happen. There is always a cause. So if someone says to me, I get panic attacks, I'm immediately intrigued. Let's investigate. And when I investigate, I come to the point where it first happened. And then I had a look at the surroundings around it happening, and it's quite easy to define it. A few days later, something happens. Maybe a saucepan falls on the ground and she starts to shake. Her emotions go down that panic pathway. She doesn't realize what's happening. And then as the days go by, she starts to panic more and more, even at little things that don't seem to be very big. Her husband takes her to the doctor. He refers her to a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist says, we found the cause of all your problems. You get panic attacks. You will need to be on medication, probably for the rest of your life. Whew. When she goes home, her mother says, what did he say? He said, I get panic attacks. What does that do to the pathway? That puts a little bit of Rio in there. He said, I'll be on panic attack medication for the rest of my life. Wow, you see, the more you say it, the more you think it, the more you go there, the stronger those pathways get. They're physical pathways. Reminds me of the old saying that repetition deepens the impression. And repetition is the mother of retention, going over it and over it. I have had this happen. I've had ladies like this come to our retreat. And when I speak to them, I say, I think you're panicking about your panic attack. They smile. What does the smile say? I know, but I don't know what to do about it. And I say, I'm so glad you've come, because here we can help you. I said, the next time you feel the emotions rising, now notice what the emotions are coming from, our limbic system, our emotional brain. I said, next time you feel those emotions arising, start laughing. She said, I won't feel like laughing. I said, no, you won't feel like laughing, but you'll be able to laugh. What did I do when I said you'll be able to laugh? I made a you'll be able to laugh pathway. And the more she goes down that pathway, guess what? The stronger it'll get. Just go ho, 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 ho. Have a pinch of salt, a glass of water. The salt has 3 magnesiums in it. But what happens is when someone has a panic attack, I'll show you what happens. And that first panic attack is usually understandable because it was a crisis. In Ecclesiastes, it says there's a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to build up, a time to break down. I think the Seekers made that, had a song out of it, and do everything turn, turn, turn. They made that quite famous, but it's a section from Ecclesiastes. There is a time to panic. And if you panic in a crisis, it'll give you the energy to run a mile. And maybe running that mile will save your life. I read about a little girl who'd been studying tsunamis in school. She was 10. And this was a week before the tsunami hit in Asia. She was on the beach. The sea went in. She immediately knew what it was. She said to her father, we've just been studying this. It's a tsunami. We're going to move. She told the lifeguard. He blew the whistle. Those people moved. They panicked just as well. because no one on that beach was saved. Whereas on other beaches where they didn't realise what it was and they followed the sea out intrigued, they were taken.